Hello, welcome back to the Cricket Nerds. It's me and Benji today. Thank you so much. We finally hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. It feels brilliant. So welcome to all of the new Cricket Nerds. Join the community. It's great to have you here. We like to engage a lot in the comments. So if you've got any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below with the hashtag CNQ, and we will make we will answer them in the next video, is our aim and our pledge. So today we're going to be talking about day 2. This is coming out a little bit later than yesterday's podcast. Apologies. We've got day jobs. It's a bit difficult, but you know, as the channel grows, maybe that'll change. But for now, day 2 was India's day without a doubt. It started off with Rohit Sharma, absolute legend that he is, and Ravi Ashwin, absolute legend that he is, starting the day and, you know, really wanting to eat up at that deficit that they were, you know, I think Australia were leading by about 50 at the end of yesterday. So, yeah, they wanted to eat up a bit of that, and boy, did they. I genuinely thought Ravi Ashwin played quite a handy 23. I thought he looked pretty good.
Ashwin's 23 looked better than Carroll's 20.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one thing I saw in the comments of the, and I have to say, James, it was a great podcast yesterday, flying the flag by yourself when me and Zach were stuck at work. But yeah, like Carroll Hall, there's a bit of a theme as people saying, why is he in the side? Why is he in the side? Shubman Gill should be in there. Shreyas Iyer should come back in for Surya Yadav. And I can't agree more looking at how today's gone. I think Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma would have put on 400 runs as a first wicket partnership with the, you know, the form that they're in, and yeah, how lackluster the Australian bowlers have looked, all with the exception of young Todd Murphy, who has impressed. 5 for on debut, still in that, you know, that list of people of 2022 and 2023 of getting 5s on debut. So I can see why all the hype was about. One of the things that weren't mentioned last time was his selection over, you know, the more senior spinners like Ashnagar, that type of thing. And, you know, he's really made himself valuable. You know, I love talking about the bowlers, but yeah, sorry, I've sort of entirely derailed us here because we were about the India innings.
Let's talk bowlers. Let's talk bowlers, because while we're on it, the Ashnagar conversation is an interesting one, because if we briefly touch on yesterday's innings with Australia, obviously it was quite a long tail, it felt like, especially, you know, Pat Cummins at 8 and then Todd Murphy at 9. That's an instant drop off in quality. And Pat Cummins he's all right, but he's very much a number 8. He's no higher. Whereas, you know, if you look at India and their number, what is this, 9?
Is
Axar Patel, who has just brought up a fantastic 50, and can't help but think that if Australia had an Axar Patel, they'd play him. And they also have a slow left arm orthodox who can bat quite well, and they haven't played him in Ashnagar. So it's an interesting one. You know, if you've watched these podcasts for any, you know, sort of long period of time, you'll know that I'm a fan of batting depth. So I would generally choose Ashnagar, but I think Todd Murphy has more potency with his bowling, and I think there is a lot of value in that. So I want to talk about Rohit Sharma and Ravi Jadeja. Once again, the stars of the day for India. Sharma, first of all, 120, striker at 56, making that deck look really easy to bat on.
Yeah.
And we know that it isn't. It's not a minefield. You know, that's been ruled out. It's not the absolute terrible pitch that like tons of people thought it was going to be, but it's equally not easy to get in. And Sharma has made it look really quite easy. I think he is one of the best at making difficult pitches look fine to bat on. What did you think of his knock?
It was just really good, and it took some good and I liked what you talked about the Shammy wicket yesterday, but the Cummins wicket today with that new ball taken in the 80th over, Pat Cummins bringing back in and then the off stump going. That's my impression of the off stump going cartwheeling. It took a really.
I just want to say that whoever the groundsman was that put the stumps in and just gently balanced them in the surface so that any ball connection on the stumps would send them flying. You have my respect, sir. I thank you, because visually it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it took an absolute peach from Cummins to get rid of Sharma, and it's a great feeling seeing that off stump going flying, and it took a really good delivery to end that innings. But Jadeja as well, like 66 not out. It's the first sort of like professional cricket that we've seen him play for a while since he's been injured, and he looked really good. I mean, a strike rate of 38, so it's quite a slowish knock. It's not really baseball, but it's doing the job. He, was bedding in. That they'd lost a few quick wickets with Pujara, Kohli, and Sky, not necessarily in that order, but he had that partnership a little bit with Rohit Sharma. And they'd, really managed to bed in, and after all of those had gone down, bring that score all the way up after Suryakumar Yadav went out. I think they put on like 80 odd runs between them two until Sharma finally went. So he just played a really good knock, a really good. I mean, he should have been carded coming at number 7, but he came in before Barrett, and I think that's a testament to see how good of a player Jadeja is, that actually he was carded at 6. If Ashwin came in his normal spot, but really impressive, and I think, as we know with Jadeja, he is that class player, and being able to take 5 in the first innings and a 50 in the second innings, I think it's showing him as that class all rounder that he is, as well as being a good fielder. So
I really hope he can convert, to be honest, because Jadeja is, so stats wise, you define a genuine all-rounder as somebody with a higher batting average than bowling average. That's like the easy kind of metric. But with that, you have a bit of a nuance where it's like you also need them to, like a good way to say it is, would they get into the team if they only did one of those disciplines?
Yeah.
So would Ben Stokes, for example, get in the team as a bowler, just out and out bowler, and then you discard that and you say, would he get into the team as a batter? And that's how you rule out some players that. So, for example, Jacques Callis, you would say he was a genuine all-rounder by his stats, but would you have played him as one of your 4 or 5 bowlers? No, maybe not.
He was a batting all-rounder, wasn't he?
Exactly. Even though his stats say that he was an incredible, all-rounder at both. Jadeja, I think, after 60 test matches that he's played, I think might be his 61st or whatever, he is cementing himself as being a genuine all-rounder.
Yeah.
Like I think he averages, 36. Who knows what he'll average after this knock. He is, I think that's a higher average than Stokes at the moment. And with the ball, he averages like in the 20s. He's
like
absolutely
24.
insane. Yeah, like he's ridiculously good. And a really, really frugal as well. So Jadeja is a class act. Yeah, you don't need me to say that, but yeah, it's exciting to see. And I hope he pushes on. I hope he does well. Other than that, I'm just excited to see, tomorrow's play, but I'm also puzzled because we've got to say some negative stuff now, and we don't want to have to do it, but Sky. Now, on the one hand, I understood his inclusion in the squad. However, Sarfaraz Khan should be playing, or it's just
Sarfaraz Khan.
I I can't quite level the fact that there are some really, really technically sound players out there that have scored huge runs recently. And Sky is somebody that, as soon as the format is lengthened to ODI, he's shown that he isn't quite there yet. And today, his dismissal to Lion, you could have driven a bus between his bat and his pad. It was like technically just flawed. And it was brilliant bowling by Lion. And Lion is a very, very good bowler. But I just thought that was a sign that maybe India did like the wrong thing by not having Shubman at 5. I think it was mentioned in the comments quite a bit that, Shubman Gill at 5, that's what Kohli did. When sort of Tendulkar and I can't remember the other one, not was Laxman maybe. We were batting at 4.
Well, like Rao Dravid as well.
Yeah, it was kind of the easy slot to kind of come in, hone your craft, and then become the next talisman of Indian cricket. And it feels like a bit of a lost opportunity. But that being said, England's still doing England. Oh, I wish India are still doing really well against Australia. Shall we do some CNQs?
Let's do it.
I think we certainly should. Right. So the first one that we've got, Nitin Mishra, 4 days ago, said, do you think Kohli will end his test century drought in the Border Gavaskar Trophy? What do you think, Benj?
Yeah, he's got to. In one of these, there's 4 test matches here. That means Kohli's going to probably bat 8 innings. Out of that, if he doesn't score 100 in these 8 innings, considering he's come back into a bit of form in T20 and ODI, I'd be really surprised. And I'm rooting for Kohli because it means that we're going to get so many views and that we're going to just skyrocket our 1,000 subscribers even higher and higher and higher. So, yeah I'm cheering on King Kohli. And yeah, I think he will. I didn't think he looked too bad for his 12 today. I think he just got did by quite a good ball from Todd Murphy that just caught the edge and went to Alex Carey, who's a great wicketkeeper. So yeah, I think Virat Kohli is there. Definitely due a century.
It's a shame that he's struggling against spin at the moment. And you don't want to see it, but I'm less confident than you that he's going to hit a century in this series. I really hope he does, though, because it's just I think the vibes of Kohli are going to be really good. I think it could be an angry century. You know how like Jason Roy was out of form for so long, and then when he hit his century against South Africa, he was just like angry, but he was obviously celebrating as well. I think that's what the Kohli Test century could be like, because it's been so long since he's had a Test century.
Yeah. I just want to shout out one comment that was from 4 days ago, and he says, one cancelable take that I have is that Kohli should be left out. This isn't us saying it, this is a comment. I'd have him subbed out for Sarfaraz Khan. So yeah, even the comments are saying that they should leave Kohli out. I don't think so. I think Kohli, for me, he's too class. They say that form is temporary, but class is permanent. That's one of the phrases that goes around. And I think someone like Virat Kohli, he's done his hard yards. He's earned that place by being the best cricketer, the best batter for years. I think he's earned that spot. And I don't think he's going to be batting number 4 for India until he chooses to retire. It's like James Anderson. He's earned the spot to bowl for as long as he wants.
And he's still really good.
And that's the thing. They're both still really good. It's this. Class is permanent. And you just look at Kohli, in Indian conditions, there wouldn't be anyone that I'd rather have at number 4. So yeah, I think that look, surely there's going to be some time that he gets his turn. It's 8 innings. Like, it's got to happen. The one thing I would change is, as you said, James, I'd probably leave out Suryakumar Yadav. If Carroll has to play, drop him to number 5 and open with Shubman Gill. That would be my preferred batting order. But yeah, that's my take on it. Anyway, are there any more CNQs?
There are. One from Shubham. Oh, sorry, I butchered your name. Shubham Shukla, who has said, "Do you think cricket is dying, or is it emerging in untouched lands as well? Can we even compare it with tennis's fame? Leave football." So it's an interesting one. You know, do you think that cricket is dying at the moment, or because tennis is doing well by the sounds of things? Football is obviously huge, especially in the UK. I'm going to say no. I think cricket is evolving.
Yeah,
cricket is changing. The landscapes of cricket, the rise of T20, a lot of it is changing, but I think there is still vast interest in cricket, and hopefully if it's done in the right way, if it's accepted, the changes in cricket, if they're not like rejected by the mainstream, but they are accepted and adopted, then Test cricket can survive as well. Because Test cricket is the epitome of cricket. It is the ultimate test of technique and attrition and skill. And without Test cricket, cricket would it would be a shell of itself. So, provided people don't just say, "Oh, well, T20 isn't cricket," if they accept that it is, and it is a valid part of cricket, but there is like, you kind of graduate to being able to play Test cricket, and Test cricket remains the pinnacle for every country, then I think cricket will be fine. And that's my take on it. Yeah.
Love it.
Other than that, there was just tons of love last episode, so we really appreciate that. We are very grateful for 1,000 subscribers, and please send in your CNQs, because we really love the conversation.
And look, if you're still here, shout out to yourself. I do want to dish out and we've not done it for a long time, but subscriber of the day, new subscriber at GSFacts7314. Whoever you are, you've been leaving so many comments on our video, and thank you for the support. You've predicted that we're going to hit 10k subscribers by the end of the year, so
bring it on.
I'm just so happy, and he's sharing his channel with all people. I think you were, bro, you're going to monetize tomorrow 900 million subscribers at some point. So look, GS Facts, thanks for the support. You are our subscriber of the day. We see you. We see those comments. And yeah, leave us some cricket nerd questions, and stay tuned for our 1,000 subscribers special. More on that when it comes out, but we've got something special in the works. So yeah, if you're watching this far, thank you. Leave us a comment, say 1,000 subscribers special in the comments, and we'll know that you're watching this far. But yeah, leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for the support that we are getting on this. Yeah, it's really cool, and we're gonna bring you way more content. And yeah, we're really energized when we see support like this to just give the best content that we can. You can listen to us on all of your favorite podcasting sites: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. The list goes on and on. All of the links are down in the link tree in the description. So jump there, give us a follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, share us with your mate, share us with your grandma. It's all good. And yeah, look out for some cool content coming soon. Have a great life, and we'll speak to you next time.